With the recent chapters in One Piece, I'm convinced now more than ever that Loki will be a Straw Hat. His introduction is very Straw Hat-like. The fact that he's been called a monster since he was a kid and since he was born is very Chopper-esque. Now, I'm not saying just because of that he's going to be a Straw Hat, but the fact that he was abandoned at birth and called a monster, it's like, okay, this is very much like Chopper or like a Straw Hat. The way they describe Loki is exactly how they describe Zoro. It might have been Kobe who said, oh, watch out for Zoro, he's a demon. That's exactly how we heard about Loki. Loki was described as a guy that was so crazy, he killed his dad, injured Ja Rule. He was a nigga that was insane. And I actually kind of remember arguing about this maybe like 6-7 months ago, like, yo, I'm gonna be honest, Loki doesn't scare me. And that's not saying he wasn't strong, but it was more like Loki doesn't give me evil nigga vibes. Luffy wasn't afraid of him either. Like, I think Luffy had a similar reaction to Zoro where he's like, oh, I want to meet him. I want him to join my crew. So much so that Scopper was like, no, I'm gonna fight you so you don't meet him. The most recent chapter we got with Loki is kind of the thing that's cemented it for me. So in the chapter, we have Queen Astrid super excited to have a son. She's so hype and all that. And she's like, oh my God, I want to see my son's face. And she like looks at her son's face and he has his eyes. And this is the first time we actually seen Loki's eyes. So it's actually kind of crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, the nigga Loki's eyes are scary. Like, I was a little bit afraid, but you know, I'm not like her because she was doing some fuck shit. She throws him off the atom tree and was like, just say that I was stillborn. That nigga, he's a monster. I don't want to have kids anymore. That shit was kind of sad because I'm like, damn, like it made me think about two things. First off, we now know the reason that Loki hit his eyes potentially. And two, Loki is probably one of the saddest intro birth scenes in One Piece. Even a nigga like Kuma's life didn't start out as sad as Loki's has. The narrator even straight up says, it is said that the most unfortunate souls are those rejected from birth by their own mother. It's basically telling us right then and there, this is a Straw Hat intro. Even ignoring that, it's telling us that Loki's intro and how he was born is the worst way to be born. He was abandoned by the one person who was supposed to take care of him. That shit was tough. And it's even sadder because in the scene, obviously we know Loki's climbing back up the tree crying. That shit gotta hurt my heart, I'm not gonna lie. The thing with Loki is, I'm pretty sure that most times that person joins Luffy's crew, it's Luffy who's asking them. I know Luffy asked Zoro to join his crew. He asked Sanji. I'm pretty sure he asked Usopp to a degree at least. People like Yamato, and there might be exceptions and stuff, but whenever people ask to join Luffy's crew, that shit don't happen. So the fact that Loki's denying Luffy's request and invite, to me, actually makes it more likely he is going to be a Straw Hat. It's just kind of one of those things where if you too thirsty, you're not going to join a crew. You know what I'm saying? This is like the VIP section. You have to act like you don't want to be here to get in. That's the only way it'll happen. Don't be a tryhard like Loki, and don't forget to like, subscribe. Loki joining the Straw Hats would kind of be a curveball because I don't think a lot of people expected Luffy to get another member in Elbaf. That would be a whole different thing. So if Loki does join the Straw Hats, let's just say he does that. The question is, what will his role be? Because I'm gonna be honest, after like Frankie, we've been having some sketchy roles. I'm gonna be honest, we've had some sketchy shit. Musician, Brooke, I'm gonna let you cook on that because we know that Luffy wanted a musician since he was a kid, for whatever reason. I love Jinbei, but Helmsman, they have traveled mad arcs and not needed that. So I think at this point in time, at least to me, it seems like Oda is just gonna, if he wants to add a Straw Hat, he'll add them in to give them whatever bullshit title they need. So I don't know, what role does Loki fit in the series? Because he's big as hell. It looks like he's like 300 feet tall. Well, probably maybe a little bit shorter than that or whatnot, but he is a gigantic giant, you know? So I don't know, maybe, I think my brother also pointed this out, maybe Loki could be an anchor, which is Loki kind of fucked up when you think about him as a character, but also there's a chance that it might not even matter. Loki might not even need to necessarily have a title. He could just join the crew. I don't think that it needs to be like that, you know? Another thing I do want to point out, a lot of the things are starting to make sense. I don't know who pointed this out, but I think before this chapter, this most recent chapter, it was said that a lot of the mishaps in Elbaf were because of Loki. And even when I heard that, I was thinking like, nah, it's probably not Loki. He's probably just getting hoed. And I was correct because it's said by the narrator that from now on, every misfortune that struck Elbaf was chalked up to Loki's curse. So that's kind of fucked up because Loki could be like, I don't know, in the shower and there's an earthquake and people are like, damn, Loki's fucking shit up again. It's just bad PR basically. The fact that everything that bad that's happened in Elbaf has been on Loki's rap sheet for no reason, that's very Straw Hat like too, because let's be honest, every Straw Hat has been given a bad hand. You know, they've been dealt a bad hand in their childhood and stuff, and this is a bad hand for Loki. So you have that. And I think one of the big misfortunes that's been chalked up as well was the fact that his mom, Queen Astrid, she collapses due to ill health shortly after this. It's no surprise, it's probably because she thinks he's ugly. I don't know what Oda's kind of going with it, but it seems like it is established that she saw Loki and was like, oh my God, this guy's so scary, I'm now gonna be ill, you know? So it's kind of fucked up, but I'm sure they blame Loki on that too. So he's being blamed for everything that bad that's happened in Elbaf. He got blamed for his mom's death, and we know years later he's gonna get blamed for his dad's death too, because I don't know if you guys think it, but I'm 100% sure right now that Loki did not kill his father. Last chapter almost pretty much confirmed it. He was not a part of it at all, pretty pretty much. It's pretty clearly and blankly stated he was framed. And shout out everyone that kind of pointed that out, because I wasn't the only one who thought this. A lot of people were like, yo, it's sketchy. The way it's being told, we don't know for sure that Loki's even evil. So yeah, it's kind of effed up, because I think Loki is a kind character. And that sounds crazy because he seems like a dickhead. But again, go back and read early One Piece. That's how Zoro seemed as well. Like Zoro seemed like he was a bad person, you know? Usually their PR is a lot worse than what they are. I think that's got to be kind of taken into account. Oh, I should also point out that Loki's mom was also superstitious. Like, I know that she came in with like a special horse that had a bunch of like legs and shit. So the fact that she saw Loki and was like, oh my gosh, it was foretold that he would kill his father, or, you know, one of King Harold's children would kill him and must be Loki. The fact that that was said, one, I am one, this is kind of a tangent, but where the hell did that come from? That's the first thing I wonder. And then the second thing is, who created that, started saying that? Is that a big reason why Loki's also hated as well? It seemed like a throwaway line that Oda threw in, but I caught that immediately. That's just some weird shit, you know? I don't know what's going on with that, but it's interesting. One thing that I think a lot of people haven't spoken about for some reason, I don't know why. We know that Luffy wants 10 crew members. Luffy has said it a couple times now that he wants 10 crew members. Now, we don't really know necessarily if that includes himself, so maybe he's already at 10, or he wants 10 members excluding himself. But if he's not including himself, we need a member, and I think Loki's the best one. Loki's the most obvious choice right now. Some people think Vivi, I think she has a chance, but she has the chemistry and stuff. But I think Loki would be a crazy heel turn. Like, Loki would kind of be like an Odin, where it's like, oh shit, this puts the crew on the map. Because it's like, at the end of the day, if Luffy's gonna get another member, like another crew member, we don't got much time left. We have like 2 arcs before we get to Elbaf. It's like, what? Laugh Tale and Mirror Jawad. That's all we got left, pretty much. Assuming, I don't really know for sure, but yeah, it's interesting. I think that either Loki will be a Straw Hat, or Oda's gonna hit us with a crazy curveball, because especially if Oda keeps building Loki to be the perfect Straw Hat, quote unquote, that would be a great opportunity for Oda to kill him off. Because a lot of people talk about how Blackbeard should come and kill a character and take their fruit. Well, we do know Loki has a crazy fruit, right? That was hyped up for a while. We don't really know what it is, but we know that his fruit is insane. And if Loki keeps getting glazed, or Loki keeps getting pushed and foreshadowed to be a Straw Hat, it would be a crazy heel turn, or a perfect moment actually for Blackbeard to come and swoop in and kill Loki. So that'd be kind of crazy. But I obviously don't want it to happen, but because I don't want it to happen, that's exactly why it would be great writing if it happened. So we'll see. There's actually someone in my comment section. I'll probably show your comment and stuff. Shout out to him. He's been pushing the Loki Straw Hat agenda for a while, so I'm Loki joining the agenda, bro. So I hope you have space, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am in full support of Loki as a Straw Hat. Loki is going to be a Straw Hat, and King Harold is Kaido's dad, but that's all. Thanks for watching.